Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, Serene Locks. I have a great video for you guys today. I have a special guest, my husband, Joe. He is going to be doing a Q&A with me. So he's gonna have 3 questions for me. I'm gonna have 3 questions for him. He's going to be surprised at my questions because I got some really good ones. So y'all stay tuned. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's get started. All right, so go ahead with the first question.
Okay, first up. So the first question I have for you is, if you could thank God for one specific blessing in our relationship, what would it be?
Ooh, one specific blessing. I would say, our relationship with Christ. Or I would say I personally always grew up in the church, but I didn't necessarily have a relationship with Christ. I feel like when we got in a relationship, of course, you know, we didn't immediately like, oh, we're Christ followers and we changed our life right away. But slowly but surely, we had shed so many things and have grown closer to Christ. And honestly, what better blessing than to have a partnership in this life that has the same goal as you, which is heaven. So I would say that's just like a really big blessing in itself.
Yeah, I mean, you hit a key point there.
Having someone to do the walk with you.
I'm asking again.
No, I'm gonna ask the next question. Okay, so my question is for you. What was your honest first thought when I told you I wanted to start my modesty journey? And be honest, I never really fully asked you this question.
Yeah, so my first thought was just support, to be honest. I mean, you know, I always just want you to do the things that will lift up your spirit and feel like, because I know your modesty journey was a part of your walk with Christ. So, and I also feel like it's a part of your evolution as an individual and as a woman. So I just, to be honest, wanted to be supportive of it.
So were you not like, okay, what does this entail? Like, is my wife about to be walking around looking like a nun? Like, did those thoughts ever come into your mind? Like,
I mean, I knew like transformation would be taking place in the form of like how you dress, you know, stuff like that. Like, I didn't think you would be necessarily looking like a nun per se, but I knew that, you know, like I said, changes would be taking place as far as like the length of your clothes and covering up more and stuff like that. And once again, I support it just because I know it's a part of your walk.
Are you appreciative of it? Like,
yeah, of course. I'm appreciative of it because I know it's getting you closer to Christ. Yeah. And it's a part of your evolution as a woman. Yeah. It's, you know, part of your path of maturity. So yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah. All right, I got a good one for you.
Ooh.
What is one of my character traits that challenges you the most, and how do you approach it with grace and love?
Okay. Well, you know what? These are faith-fueled conversations. So, we're always going to keep it classy, but we're going to be honest. I would say you have this like chilled nature. Like, I feel like if maybe things need to get done, like I feel like you approach things with too chilledness. I don't know the best way to like put it. I was always taught like if there's stuff that needs to get done, then you work and you do it. Like his philosophy is more like it's stuff to get done, but I'm gonna relax and we'll get to it when we get to it. And that's just not how I was raised. So for me, it's like really annoying. Literally be like, God, just let me breathe in and breathe out and give me the strength to just keep it pushing.
Yikes! I would say that's not really my philosophy.
What's your philosophy?
Well, you kind of talked about it in your last video. It's like, I like to prioritize. So like, I'm not going to let a bunch of tasks put me to the point of stress and being overwhelmed. Like, some things to me are more important than others, and part of my chillness comes from prioritizing my mental peace and my well-being over productivity. So I like to attack things that I deem to be the biggest priority, and other stuff, if it's not super important, at least to me, I might push it to the wayside. But understand some things might be super important to you, and to me, I might look at it as like not super important, and I think that's where the conflict comes in, because you're like, why isn't this getting done? And I'm just like, because it's like a low priority task. Like,
And that's right. That's maybe where the conflict comes in. I feel like God's grace, though, the more he refines us as women, we can like look past things like that, because everything's not going to be like perfect. He does it just like you do it just like he does it. Like, I feel like, you know, it's like, okay, it is what it is kind of thing. Like I said in my videos, ladies, like, it's a personal thing that I want to work on, my character in general, approaching things with grace and not like stacking my to-do list to the hilltop, because I'm not really that productive per se.
I'll be a couples Q&A for another video.
I know, right? My second question is, what's something I've done as a spouse or a parent that made you feel like really proud of me? Like, I'm glad that's my wife.
Yeah, so 100%, it would have to be the amount of work you put into our children. I was very impressed with how you were able to, one, not just, you know, be taking care of a newborn baby, but two, start homeschooling our oldest child. And that's a lot, to homeschool one and take care of another child that's under 1 year old. So I was super appreciative of how you took on that responsibility and how well you handled it, knowing how stressful it is to do that. I was very proud of you, and still am proud of you, because you're still doing it.
Okay. We like. It is a challenge and it can be stressful, but I try to practice what I preach on the channel and to approach things with grace. I'm not saying that I am perfect 100 at that, approaching everything with grace, but I do strive, and I'm glad that you noticed that.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a fun one for you.
I get nervous every time he's about to ask me a question. Go ahead.
This is a fun one. I think you'll like this one. Okay, so if we could do a mission trip or a project together, what kind of ministry would you want us to be a part of?
I like that. I would like to possibly travel to another country, one that people don't normally go to. I know people typically go to places like Africa or something, but I wouldn't mind going to like Iceland and like preaching the gospel there, ice fish, and just like kind of live on the land differently.
Yeah.
Or live off the land differently, and preach the gospel there, in the sense of like just kind of letting people know like there's a God, and you know there's things that you know he expects of us so that we can be fit for the kingdom. Just like simple practical things.
Yeah, I dig that.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
That'd be fun too.
Yeah.
Ice fishing.
You would like Iceland?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh wow. I pictured you like beach guy.
I mean, I'm flexible. You know, beach, Iceland, yeah.
LOL. But my last question is, how has being married to me changed your perspective on life or love? Life or love. How has being married to me changed your perspective on life or love?
Yeah, so I think before we got married, I had like this, and honestly, I think probably a lot of people do have like this fairy tale image in your mind of what a marriage looks like, how a marriage should be. And being married to you made me realize that like marriage is work. It's not just like
being married to me.
just being married in general, because I hear all my friends, a lot of our friends say the same things. But I'm married to you. That's why I said being married.
What?
Being married
like,
to you.
Being married to you has caused me to realize that marriage is work.
It's made me reevaluate marriage.
Like
no.
what?
No, it just made me realize that like it's a continuous process of growth. Like it's not
like, oh, we made it and we're good, and it's like peaches and cream.
Right, yeah, it's work. And really it's not just so much you. It's more or less since like we had like the second child come along, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Realizing how much, especially when you have a child, how much work it takes to have a marriage that's successful while raising children, you know?
The right way.
The right way,
the
exactly.
Right way. Not like the easy way, like throw some TV on and some snacks and some juice and watch TV for hours.
Yeah. So my perspective has changed in the sense that marriage is beautiful, but it's also like, it's work, you know, and it's a challenge sometimes. And it's not, like you said, it's not always peaches and cream, but it's a beautiful thing overall.
Has it changed your perspective on love or life per se? Like, has it changed your perspective, or it was just like an eye opener?
I would say it's more of an eye opener. I wouldn't say it's changed my perspective on love. Like I've always kind of known that love is like it's a sacrificial thing, you know.
Definitely.
But I would say it's been more of an eye opener for sure. Yeah.
That's fair. And that's like a good thing to just kind of hone in on for young people or people who are contemplating marriage, specifically women. Like, it is something that you want to be praying about in consistent prayer about before you go ahead and make the solid decision. It's a very interesting and beautiful concept, like you said, but it needs to be entered in upon great contemplation and prayer and marriage counseling prior to marriage, which we did.
Yeah, we did.
So I was really intrigued by the question that you asked me earlier. The question was, which one of my character traits challenge you the most, and how do you approach it with grace and love?
Hit me with that reverse Uno card.
I had to do it.
So we kind of already addressed it. Like it really goes back to when I asked you that question and you said the trait about me was like being a little bit too.
No, he can't use that.
No. It's I want to address it. So it's like the trait about you that I appreciate, but sometimes it kind of overwhelms me a little bit.
Okay.
Is that I am chill and you're always doing a lot, and sometimes I feel like you're doing too much stuff that I would consider non-essential or not a priority, because you'll do so much to the point where it will cause you to be in a bad mood. It might cause your stress levels to elevate, and when you get stressed, we all get stressed. And
that's fair.
And that's why I said it's like maybe in your defense, I could make some more things a priority instead of like making like 3 things a priority. I can make 5 things a priority, but I feel like sometimes in your mind everything is a priority when it shouldn't be. And that's the trait about you that I appreciate, because you will get stuff done, but to what detriment? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, that's understandable. And I think me and the ladies have talked about this in some of my other videos, like how to approach time like in a godly manner, rather than approaching it with like frazzled energy. So just to follow up with that, I guess, per se, how do you deal with it, like, and approach it with love?
To be honest, I think that's something that I could get better at. I don't think I'm always good at dealing with it and approaching it with love. And the reason why I say I'm not that good at addressing it with love is because, like I said, when you get stressed out, it causes everyone else to get stressed out, and stress is a horrible thing in any person, in any environment, in every relationship.
Yes, we'll end there, and I'm ready to eat our Chinese food.
Chinese food.
Oh yeah, we get our famous tofu with the lo mein. It was so good. All right, so anyways, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. This was more kind of like an entertainment, funny video, but we still hope that you got at least some tidbits from it and, got some understanding of how it is to be married and young and seeking Christ in your marriage and just the evolution of each partner in this journey. So did you want to add anything or?
Well, like my wife said, I mean, it was meant to be just kind of fun, lighthearted,
Right.
and authentic and eye-opening video in some areas, but we hope you were able to extract some value from it.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe to my wife's channel.
Bye.
Take care.